Hello everyone. My name is Veronica and I'm here to tell you 6 signs that you will marry rich. The fourth one is the most interesting one in my list, but if you have at least 3 of these qualities in yourself, you have a really high chance. But this all will work only if you want marry rich. Okay, so if you don't really want that, you can have billionaires chasing you and you still will choose a bump. Okay, so be careful and listen up if you just don't mind if someday you'll marry rich. Okay, so here we go. I will try to be the most fluent one in my explaining. Okay, so here we go. The first sign, if you know how to break up. Okay, what does it mean? If you decided for yourself that you want to find a provider, very high value provider for your life, for your future generation, which is very right and very cool, yeah, you start dating. And you cannot date one person at the time, right? You have to be seeing a lot of people, okay? And also you have to be noticing so many details. And even, if you think at the beginning you talking to the right person, you have to know how to say bye. Even when you get into relationship, so many people can lie for so long, okay? So even, the psychologist says that the first year of your relationship should be perfect. It should be, and if it's not, it's a big problem. So during first time, man trying to impress you, he can do a lot of things, but to lie, to put some dust in your eyes that he got money, he got this, he got that. Also, if you're not experienced, and especially if you're not experienced with rich society, then you have to know how to break up. Because if you have really high goal of your life, how you see yourself, where you want to live, what you want to do, right, what person you want to be with, if you see this very high and now you're not at the same level, you need to climb. You need to understand that you cannot just walk, I don't know, on a bum street and meet a billionaire. You cannot go to, I don't know, sometimes obviously, some people can go to the club and meet future husbands, but I don't really suggest you to focus on this way, okay? But if you go to the club, I'm telling my example, it's really low chance you'll meet high value people, at least more than one. So you have to know how to break up, because you meet one nice person, maybe this person introduce you to some other society, other hobbies, maybe he will help you with money to build your life better, yeah, to move to better area, move to better city, move to better country. But if you have really your plan, first of all, don't get pregnant. Okay, don't make kids, with the first right man that you meet. Because so many girls, they had like really bad, sometimes abusive relationship, and they be like, that's it, I'm done with that, I can move on. They go outside, they meet first nice person, first provider who can just give a little something. And this little something means so much for some girls that they be like, yes, I'm ready to marry, I'm ready to settle down, I'm ready to pop out kids. They ready to do everything just with the first right person. Okay, I'm not saying that this is not real destiny of your life, but just think logically. If you went outside after a shitty relationship and this is just first person you meet and he is nice, imagine how many nice people you can meet. Okay, at least gives him some competition. Okay, if you went out after some relationship and you meet nice person, at least date few people, besides this guy, so you can see that this one really the best one. Okay, so you have to know how to break up. This is really important thing, and yeah, it comes with the control of emotions, which is super hard, but if you're here staying with me, we will learn how to do that. Okay, so we come into the second sign. Yeah. And this sign, I love this topic. I love this topic because it's a lot of fun. We can talk a lot between us girls, okay? So you will marry rich. like very, very high percent of this, if you already have had taste of rich boyfriend, rich, I don't know, dates, or rich fiance, or obviously if you were born rich and you made from money, okay, you came from money. So yeah, this one is very fun and very interesting, and this one can happen exactly from the case that I was talking just now. Yeah, when you are coming from some long-term relationship, and for example, for a lot of Slavic girls, yeah, how we do it, we have some long ass relationship from we're like 17, 18, 20. Sometimes we marry, sometimes we already have kids, right? But when we finish this first relationship, we're like, I'm done, okay? And we go outside of the country, okay? And most likely, most of the girls in my observation, okay, they meet really nice men, okay? But because they didn't have this claiming, because they didn't have this progress that I was talking about, right? Because you need to build it. It's not just like you can meet right, perfect, and rich person, just like from the beginning. But still, you can meet some rich guy and rich husband potentially, right? But if you came from poor mindset, you will meet rich guy, but then it's not gonna last very long. Either, just he will get bored, he will not understand you, like you're beautiful, but your mindset, like he can tell you're not from his circle of life, his circle of money, you know what I mean? Or maybe you'll date really long and then something happens, he cheats, whatever, okay, and you break up. But you already have had this taste, you know your worth now. Yeah, you don't associate yourself with a girl from some village that just, she just beautiful. You see yourself as a woman with the value, which is correct. And this is very, very good experience to move on. Even if this relationship didn't really last long, it's fine. It's even for better, because now you know your value. For you, it's a bare minimum right now, so you can meet someone really nice and bringing also the emotional value, and maybe marriage material thing, into your life, which is beautiful, okay? So yeah, if you have had this taste, you will know what gifts you like. You will have a lot of things. Maybe you'll have cars, maybe you'll have some land, properties, right? Maybe some passport would be nice. Yeah, and with this experience, you can move around, and man will see, this girl is not just beautiful, she got some. So I cannot just come and say, hi, you want to go to the coffee date? You'll say like, are you talking to me? Are you talking to me? No, I don't want to go on a coffee date with you, okay? So, yeah. I love it for you girls. Yeah. And obviously, if you came from money, like from your family, you don't even need to watch this video. You already know everything. Probably, because today's generations, if you came from money, most likely your father was rich, not your mother. Most likely. I'm not saying this is like 100% thing, but like bigger chance, right? So most likely you have seen men with money, and not just him, but his friends, like his friends' sons. So you're just in this society. You cannot escape this circle only if you are, I don't know, also have been in abusive relationships, so chasing some emotions, and you like, I don't care money, I care about money, I got everything, I just looking for love, okay? But if everything is alright, you'll choose money as well. Okay, yeah. And let's move to the third sign, which is very cool in my opinion, and I am personally trying to reach exactly this point of the life, because this one is when you surrounded by rich people. To me, it's not just like, you live in very expensive city in really, I don't know, cool progressive country. It's about your hobbies, what you do, right? And it's not that you just have rich people to go hang out, like go to the club, fly to some vacation, just spend money. Or I don't know, some guys that, call you like a booty call and you just like go somewhere. Yeah, to me, be surrounded by rich people sometimes can be, work, which is my obsession. I would love to have that for myself, but I am not sure I can have that because I don't have any cool degree. I didn't finish any cool university. But also, when you're a student, when you're a super young girl and you are studying in a super cool university, you are surrounded by rich people, or at least talented or smart people, okay, that potentially will be already rich. Okay. And yeah, if you're working with some people, for example, you're a girl in a tech company in San Francisco and it's like top 10, you are surrounded by rich people. You have no chance to meet any dumps, okay, except you are looking for it. So like majority of the working environment, yeah, or you're working with government. Like I have my students, these girls, they going to my classes, and yeah, once we had a lunch with her and she was like, I cannot have any Apple phone because I work with government, and I cannot post any, obviously, twerk videos because I work with government. And I was like, she's so beautiful, she's gorgeous, and she obviously will meet some, big shark. Yeah. So yeah, that's very interesting, very cool, and I think you know what I mean. Just be surrounded by rich people. It's not the easiest one, but it's the coolest one. Yeah, if you get to this society, also, if you have some friends, if you maybe met some rich guy which is not so interested in you, but he can get you into some society, right? That is surrounded by rich people, some cool interests, or some sugar daddy can invest in you and you'll go to some expensive hobbies. Yes, 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 yes. You'll be surrounded by really cool, interesting people, and you'll meet a lot of potential there. Let's say it like that. Okay, and 1, 2, 3, 4. The fourth one, the most interesting one, I said, yeah, and I really do think this is the most interesting and the most important one, okay? You have to have your boundaries. I have been saying that in a lot of my videos that I didn't post it yet. But, okay, your boundaries, especially, I'm talking about it because I'm talking about myself when I think about it. When I was 20, when I was little, right, I was just a people pleaser, I was trying to just make everyone happy, and I didn't want to be uncomfortable for anyone, okay? But if you are dealing with men, first of all, it doesn't even matter if you're looking for rich, I don't know, whatever. You cannot, see your boundaries blend, okay? You have to have your boundaries so strong when you're just talking to men. But if you want to deal with rich people and you are not from their society, let me tell you what's going to happen. Most of the guys, and especially I would say new money guys, will come get you, okay? And when you are just start dating like guys with money, right? You will not see much difference between, like new money and old money. And it's not even that important, but it can be dangerous because obviously a lot of rich people are sick and a lot of them are narcissistic. And also if you're clamping and you just started to date your first little money boyfriend, he obviously can be narcissistic and he can attack you without you knowing that. Because let's say you came to new country, like let's say you moved to America, right? And you either don't have own apartment, you cannot even rent it because you don't have this credit card history, whatever, right? You don't have nothing yet and you don't have money. Some people will come to you, I will save you, but then they will try to use you so much. And this is the point where you should have your boundaries so strong that no one can cross it. Because again, if you start dating some rich guys, right? I mean, not even rich, but they got money comparing to your current situation right now. Like you don't have any savings, you don't have any, things to sell, I don't know, gold, cars, whatever, yeah, and you're in a difficult situation, so they will come to you and like, yeah, I will save you, I will give you that, and then, yeah, this is just, okay, when we talk about besties, guys, right, this is a love bombing. So the second one with narcissistic, a little money guys, it's like love money bombing, okay. In the first year or even like few months, because they don't want to invest too long, okay, in the first months, let's say, they will invest like crazy. They will buy you something that you never had. You'll be like, oh, I didn't have vacation for a long time. Even though you need an apartment, he will buy you vacation because he wants to give you something, extra special, but he will not give you the security of your life. He will not help you with money, but maybe he'll buy you some gifts, stupid gifts that you cannot resell, okay? Like, I don't know. You know what I mean? I hope you don't, because if you know, you have had that, okay? So yeah, I'm just telling you that obviously when you just start dating money for the first time, it can be very dangerous, and the first thing you should think about is your boundaries. Like, if the guy in the middle of the night start yelling at you and you say, I'm leaving, and you're going anywhere, to your girlfriend, to other guy you dating, by the way, that's why you never have one, you date more, okay, and yeah, you just leave him and he start to manipulate you. He's like, I have heard this in my life, okay? So that's why I'm saying. And he said, either you leave now and you forget my number, or you stay and we talk. So if you hear this, leave, okay? This is for your life, this is for your safety, and this is a manipulation. And in the future, it's gonna be a worse. It cannot be better. It cannot be more money. Nothing, okay? Okay? Good. And we're moving to the fifth one. And this one is the coolest one. This one is for girls that have been living this life and having some experience, okay? When you're 18 and you having your first love, experience, obviously, you think this is forever, and you see your marriage, you just planning everything, right? But your first love is not love of your life, okay? So it's very important, the fifth one, that you can choose logically, not by your heart, okay? And this one cannot come like this. This one comes with a lot of breakups, I would say, because this is what I had in my history, in my experience, yeah. And I think a lot of girls, till the age 25, they have already experienced the breakup that broke their heart, right? And when you feel broken and you feel cheated and you feel like you have invested so much and you didn't get nothing, yeah? So this is how you start changing. Because obviously we all start with feelings. We all start like, I don't care about this, I don't care about that, I don't need any money, okay? But I will love his heart and he'll love mine. We'll be forever together just because of love, yeah? But you have to learn how to choose logically. And also I have video on this topic that I will talk later, like whole specific topic about this. But yeah, long story short, you have to date few people at once so you can control your heart, because it's not easy. And second of all, you have to learn how to choose treatment over emotions, because emotions not leading you to the best future, Emotions are here right now. This is what your body experience, not your brain, and not something that could lead to, again, something really worthy, okay? Yeah, you might feel very happy, just laying on the grass and looking on the stars, like, yeah, it is romantic. But not when you're 30, not when the guy's 30. And it's not that romantic when the bills aren't paid, okay? So yeah, you have to choose treatment over emotions, and you have to be logical, not emotional. If you have this one, let me tell you, you will meet at least very high value men for your marriage or wherever, and potentially rich, okay? Because treatment really tells men's feelings. The way how he invests in you, this is the way how he sees you and how he wants you, how he values you. Okay? Maybe it's hard to hear because, yeah, it's something that you need to understand with time. But with your future relationship, when you will meet this guy, you'll understand what I'm saying, okay? And let's move to the last one, obvious, and also the one that I'm trying to get to. Yeah, the sixth sign that you will marry rich is to get rich yourself, right? I don't think I need to explain this one a lot, but yeah, obviously when you starting to have your own money, you start to invest in your life, in your comfort, and first of all, you don't want to agree anymore with something you don't like. Your boundaries become so strong because get rich is hard, especially for girl, even nowadays. It's more new ways to get rich right now than back in the day, right? But still, it's not easy, especially with experience in this economy. Okay, it's not that easy. But if you can do that, girl, you can do anything, right? So first and obvious that I suggest you girls is always work for your money, for your comfort, so nobody can kick your ass out of his house, okay? And you'll be like, I don't have nothing, right? Always when you start to get anyone with some money, you save, you take, you just put it in a pocket, anywhere, you just hide it somewhere. So when he tried to manipulate you, kick you out, you'll be like, okay, bye. I saved money, I'll be good by myself, I can start my some business, okay? And be good, right? Okay, girls, I hope that was helpful. And yeah, even though this video was about not how to marry, but 6 signs that you can marry rich, I still really, really wish for all the girlies to get rich by themselves, okay? So I love you so much. See you. Bye.